you're the one guy that actually went to a furniture store, like the mattress store. I'm saying, there's like 3 of them in our neighborhood, and I don't even see anybody in there. You go, what? How are they doing business? Yeah, but they must be selling them all online. In that case, why do they need a store? But who goes in there? It's like, I go to Chipotle all the time. I look in the window. There's nobody there. It's like, what's going on? There's money laundering. It's kind of scam. Hey, welcome to the Closing Beat. Happy Thursday, everybody. How we doing today? Having a good day? Are you awake? I don't blame you if you fell asleep a little bit today. Stock market sitting quietly at highs, and we're going to cover it because that's what we do here on our show. This is a stock market update type show where we go over all the geeky stuff and some fun stuff as well. Talk about the stock markets, how things are going. If you look off to the right-hand side of your screen, you can see how the markets performed today. Hey, nothing going on, man. It's crazy. Hey, tomorrow there'll be no show, so the market's going to fall. That's traditionally what happens here when we don't do a show. But we do have some great fin tips videos for you. This week we did how much to invest in a gap account if you're planning on retiring early. Last week I actually did a video to show how all of our customers are actually invested based on their age, what goals they want to shoot for, and the younger crowd wants to retire a little bit early. So we've spent some time on the gap account, right? Because you can't take out money from an IRA traditionally or a 401k until you're 59. So we covered some different things there to go over that you might enjoy. Yesterday we did the average stock market returns being nothing close to average, so we showed that there. And tomorrow we'll do a little fun video on how many of you are opening brokerage accounts and where you're putting your money, how much you're putting there. We'll cover a study that we saw from FINRA. On the research site, we got a new post here today. Oil stats, when oil is as extended as it currently is. Got a little bit of a run going on there in oil. And tonight, in our Wine and Wealth class back here in the Speakeasy, we are going to be talking about showing off a new tool that we have for customers there to analyze the stock market really quickly, show you how I do everything, put everything that's in my head on one page. It's a lot, but we'll go through that here about 8 o'clock tonight, a live class that we do every Thursday for customers. Also, happy Chinese New Year to you guys out there. If you're celebrating Chinese New Year, I believe that started overnight. It's officially, I think, started now. It is the Year of the Ox, and if you're curious, the Year of the Ox is the best for the S&P 500. The best returns actually come in the Year of the Ox, actually. The tiger comes in second place, if you were looking up weird things like that. Anyways, let's talk about the stock market here today and see what we've got. I'm going to go over to the charts. Let us start with the NASDAQ, sitting at all-time highs here, or basically record highs, really tight, consistent uptrend, refuses to pull back in any meaningful way. We had a slight pullback there that 2 Fridays ago, and it was just quickly recovered, right? Like no big deal, just worked itself off there. It's about 6% positive year to date. You got a little issue here where Apple and Amazon and Microsoft, they just can't get on the same page, right? They're not bad. The stocks are performing well, or generally well, but you just can't get anything done, and Amazon's pulled back into a little bit of support where this is the last line in the sand. If we don't see a bounce here starting pretty much tomorrow, you've got a reason to believe that Amazon's going to go quiet again on you and not really get anything done. So all of those names are still struggling to kind of work together to lift the market like we saw late in the year last year and throughout last year as well. Semiconductors were the ones that led the ways today. You can look at the SMH or the SOX if you're wanting to see the industry as a whole. Semiconductors did break out here today just a little bit. You got names like AMAT in the NASDAQ, one of the better performers, 6.7%. NVIDIA also continuing with its breakout. Looking good there. Lam Research, a popular one, I believe was the biggest gainer of the day, or was it CLAC? It was CLAC, KLA 10 Core, up 9% on the day, all sitting at new highs. So semiconductors where it was at today. Walgreens and the retailers, a little bit weak today, down 3% for Walgreens. That's kind of okay. I mean, it's had a good move, so not really complaining there. O'Reilly Auto Parts, you know the commercial if you heard it a billion times like we do down here, pulled back again under the 200-day moving average. This time may be different, so maybe that one can start a more decent pullback. Also notice Dollar Tree pulled back a little bit as well. An otherwise good performing or well-performing stock just pulled back a little bit today. We'll see where that lands for as far as the NASDAQ is concerned. If we go over, we look at the Dow real quick. There's not much to say. The Dow's just sitting at highs. It was a perfect, like kind of a wash day where some were higher, some were lower. You had some positives, some drags on the Dow. Ultimately, just not much going on, so I won't expand on that. You got the S&P today hovering around 4% gains year to date. No motivation to move this market higher. You have investors that want to pull back, and I would be one of them. I would welcome that. That'd be fine. But otherwise, you have a stock market that's in a consistent uptrend with really no reason to fall, but also no reason to get excited. We got stimulus on the horizon. We got, the virus looking good. The world seemingly getting back towards normal. And because of that, the markets are like, hey, whatever. We're just kind of keep plugging along here, doing what we're doing. Again, if you look inside the S&P, you're going to see that those semiconductors were the leaders there. Taiwan Semiconductors, also, we happen to own that one. So really strong day, up to new highs, been a good performer. Intel's one that we gave a shot as well. And it's okay. It was a good day today. Kind of looks like Walgreens, actually. But all right, generally, but in the midterm, really no progress. I try to point out things that are going well for us, but I want to be fair to, show things that are good in the short term, but nothing really to write home about in terms of like monster gains or anything. You also had Disney out with their earnings, 95 million subscriptions for Disney Plus, be it 100 million before then. This is also the first quarter that the free trials expire, so we get to see their average revenue. I think it was down a little bit overall if we count the free trials that converted into paid subscribers, but still 95 million subscribers. That helps because you got parks closed, revenues in parks are down, not crazily, but they're down for Disney, and I think they said that it was going to be a loss of about 2.1 or 2.2 billion for them so far. Anyways, that's what's going on here after hours. Let's take a look at the sectors. We'll go through and just point out our little sector tool here. If you're looking today, tech was the only thing that finished in the positive today. That's going to be the gains in the semiconductors. If I go over here to tech, we look overall, it's just sitting at highs as well. Not too crazy, looking good there. All the gainers up here, look at all this in here. Besides Zebra, you got all of the, I'll just pick one so that we can see it here. Let's do like Intel. So if I select Intel, then what's going to happen is this is going to start to show us all the other semiconductors in the industry. And so really we just had, only one that was down today was Qualcomm. That's kind of unfortunate. I know someone was looking for that to bounce. That was the only one that didn't participate. Other than that, semiconductors helping lift things higher today in the tech space. You're going to find energy at the bottom there, a little bit of a pullback today. That stands out as your outlier to the downside. That's been just a great performer overall. You can see energy just wanting to take a little bit of a break, maybe before hitting new highs. I don't really have anything else to add there, so we don't have to bother with all this. But just most stocks that have had a really good run, pulling back a little bit. Not such a big deal there, I think, if you've been participating in energy, or if you want to participate in energy, maybe you find that this turns into something more meaningful. If we go over to healthcare, comes in second place today. And if we look inside of healthcare, no bounce in Merck yet. Merck was the one, here we go. Merck was the one that we find is 6-month chart sitting there, yeah. Right there, look at that Merck, just hovering right around support. Every time it tries to fall a little bit, you can see these tails, right? People are wanting to buy support, but nothing yet. So it's still extended to the downside. A bit of a wash day. You can see just as many up as down, a little leaning push to the upside there. Problem is, if we look at the big draggers today, it's the bigger names, right? So a lot of names just holding you back there. I thought, here, where can we do this? We'll go over here. I thought one stock that looked kind of interesting is Dexcom. So you might know Dexcom was a big leader last year. I'm going to try this, actually. Load this sucker up if we can. It's going to take a second to load because we just put a couple new things inside of there. So this, if you notice that the dojo is a little bit slow today, that's because some cool stuff is being pushed up there. But anyways, if we go over and I was talking about Dexcom. This is our dashboard here if you want to look at that. But if I zoom out on Dexcom, all through last year and the year before, this was a beast. Right? It was one of those stocks that just kept going, got a little too extended at times, but then people bought the pullbacks. Well, it's taken some time off. That's the kind of pullback you want to see in the market. Just an actual multi-month break, give everybody a chance to dissect what it is they want to reinvest in. And now, Dexcom, series of higher lows, I'll zoom in. You got a series of higher lows here and a series of higher highs. Well, now it's back above the 200-day moving average, and everybody's eyeing this prior high as the next target. So from a risk to reward standpoint, you got just under the 200-day as a stop, maybe somewhere right in here, 410 or so as a potential entry. That's a decent risk to reward to get you back to 460 and possibly even higher. So I thought that was kind of interesting if you're looking inside the healthcare space. If I go back to the sectors real quick, other than that, you've got, well, most other sectors were down on the day just a little bit. Not a big deal there. But other than that, if you look inside the different sectors, I'll pick industrials. I had to be one. I just grabbed one randomly, first one I looked at. A little bit of a pullback today, but look at the performance inside of there. You can't make a serious decision on a day like this in the industrial sector. If you take it even further, and you want to look anywhere you want to look. You look inside of financials, consumer discretionary, consumer staples, and all that stuff. Oh, we are pushing. It is going up. Yeah, it's going to be a second. But if you look inside of all of those, you have no reason to make a decision. That's the big thing. Day to day, whether you're a short-term trader or a long-term investor, is there a reason for you to make a decision as to buying more, selling something, taking some profits, averaging in, whatever it may be? And today wasn't your day. It's just not a day where you're going to see that. Moving on to some of the goofy stocks out there. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. You guys still loving this whole follow everybody online thing, right? All these stocks got way too far too fast. Tilray, the CEO of that company, was actually just commenting during the GameStop issue there. He was actually commenting that, hey, I know how this goes when you see that short squeeze. I've been a part of that a long time ago. And he knows how crazy it can be. Well, he gets hit. All of a sudden, you got the short squeeze there up to like 65 or something. Over 65 and retreating 50% in one day. Just keep in mind, if you're going to play those games with everybody online, you better be fast, right? Because it seems like a little bit of a trend going on here where if you're not one of the first ones in, you're going to really be feeling the pain on the way down. You got Aurora pulling back 23% on the day. One of the popular ones here, Afira, also pulling back 35%. That's the cheaper one. It's been in the news a little bit. There we go. You can look through all of them. Organogram is the cheapest one that all the penny stock traders were looking at. OGI is a ticker symbol. Brutal pullbacks here. And this is not the pullback that you say, well, now can I buy it? No, and it's over. Right? The fun is over. You missed it. Call it the end of the day there. That's just what happened. All right, let's move on to our new highs and lows of the day. So we got 38 new highs today, 10 sectors across the board. And that's not normal. That's a little bit rare there to see something like that. I like Expeditors here. This is the one we've been talking about, just trying to break out. It's giving you that pullback. I said yesterday that the breakout maybe expended too much energy and you'd like to see it pull back. That's exactly what's happening here, so happy to see that. You got CBRE. That's a kind of a clean breakout as well. Bullish breakout. It's already at highs. Everything is good. It was trending higher to begin with. You got a nice strong move today. Good volume, I would say as well. Zebra up, let's call it 10%. We happen to own this stock, so we're happy to see it up 10% today. Earnings was the big thing for Zebra today that made everything so exciting. And so no complaints there. A little extended, I don't like when you guys know me. I don't like to see stocks do that. Texas Instruments, it's just one I look at. We own it, so I'm always staring at it. Tight, consistent uptrend. Yesterday we pointed out the idea this one could be. It was on the new high list. This one could be one that's trying to break out. It's got that series of equal highs around 175.25. Today with a little bit more volume, it did well, and it helps that the industry as well was strong. The NVIDIA, the AMAT, the Lam Research, everything that we talked about. We'll try some stocks in the news, and then I'll take your questions if you happen to have any questions. Simon Property Group, this was one of the REITs that we've owned here. Happy to see it recovering. That's good. It was upgraded at Morgan Stanley. They got a $125 price target. That's double-digit percentage returns that they're expecting over the next year. For this one, they said, hey, we know it's tricky out there right now, but these guys have other avenues for growth. I've actually covered this stock, I believe, in the research site to talk about how they go through, well, what's their business like? What do they do in there? They also just had earnings as well. So that was in the news. You got Zillow poking a new highs there, up $30 on the day. They had earnings come out, and all in all, pretty good. They're also buying, what was the name of the company they're buying? They're Showing Time. They're paying $500 million for Showing Time. Very interesting there. Pinterest hitting new highs as well. There was a report in the Financial Times, I believe, that Microsoft had previously talked about maybe buying them, working something out. I don't know. I guess it didn't happen. MasterCard says, "Hey, we're gonna start allowing crypto on their platform, using crypto to buy stuff, right? And actually transact for products or whatever it is that you want to buy." And so that was one of the reasons you saw Bitcoin higher today. Looks like it added about 5.25% by the end of the day, giving back just a little bit of its earlier gains on the day. You got Kraft Heinz. There you go. Kraft Heinz in the news as well. They had earnings, and they're selling their nuts division to Hormel, which is ticker symbol HRL. If you're looking there, they're paying Hormel's paying $3.35 billion. This is what's the little animal? Planters, peanuts. So they're selling those to Hormel Foods. Best of luck to them. Bumble, new IPO that came out today, way overpriced, but it's cool. I mean, I like to see young entrepreneurs getting their groove on there. The CEO she's like 30-something, 31, 32. Anyways, IPO comes out today, largely successful if you are Bumble, not good if you were trying to buy Bumble there. A couple others that weren't on the list today, but in the news, UPS raises their dividend $1.02. They raised it a penny. All right, fine. So that's what they have there. Not SpaceX. I always say SpaceX. Virgin Galactic. Clearance from the FAA to fly as early as Saturday. So if you like watching that stuff, could be something cool there. It's up 13% on the day. And I'll point out Sonos. I know I think we were talking about this yesterday. That's going to be earnings related. They beat by 18 cents. Revenues came in better than expected. Raised guidance going forward. That's a good move there. But that's what you have going on around the markets here today. I will let this thing catch up, try to take your questions. Remember, you have some changes in the S&P 500. Monolithic, MPWR is the ticker symbol. Monolithic is going to be in the S&P as of, right now. So it's being added. So it's up about 3% on the day. They're taking the place of FTI, which is FMC. Ticker symbol is FTI. FMC is the name of the company. And they're getting removed. The stock was basically flat, so not a big deal there. And that's pretty much what I have. Let me see if I can answer some of your questions, and I will get ready for the class tonight. Yep. Yep. Oh boy. I see some of the comments. Did Hormel overpay for planners, and why is it the stock dropped? Usually the acquiring company does take a hit on their stock price. That's just, it's sort of, I don't want to say tradition, but that's usually what happens there. I don't know if they paid too much. I don't know why they would want to buy them. It's an odd transaction for two monster companies to just sort of do that, but I don't know. Yeah. Could you explain why Rocket continues to go sideways? It's been a while since we've seen any movement. Earnings tomorrow? Is it tomorrow? They've got earnings coming up. I saw them on a list somewhere. Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I was thinking something else. That's what everybody's waiting for, earnings. You got no other reason to participate because they're so tough to look at these IPOs. That's why I don't mess with them here. You got a sideways moving stocks, very much like some of the other ones you've seen, the Snowflake and others, just moving sideways there. You need the catalyst. What's the catalyst? Earnings. Right? There's nothing else to go on here. Housing numbers are out. What do you want? So everybody's saying, all right, I'll wait till earnings and see what I can do there, which should be any day. I'm very sure that was the stock. But if you own it, no reason to do anything just yet because you're probably about average. Slight gain, slight loss. Miriam says, should I consider international funds? You know what the answer is, right? So not the right time of year to do that. Typically an underperforming time of year for international funds. So later in the month, if you want to start picking some of those up, it's likely you would see a slight discount there. What happened with the dough truck at... what did we say we were going to call it? Louis. The name of the truck is Louis, by the way. We decided we're going to call it Louis Armstrong. And Cody had the best analogy there. He said it's because when you turn it on, it makes that sweet music like Louis Armstrong did, right? I actually got a custom plate. So it's DOH space STR8. And so I got to wait for that. Apparently, that's a big deal to order a custom plate. It's like 90 days. Thoughts on Tapestry? So I'd be happy with it. If you own it, you're happy with it. Sitting at highs here, extended. There's a lot of stocks that look like this right now, though. So it's hard to, if you don't know, by the way, people that don't know the stock, this is, think of it as a Coach, the purses, the expensive Coach there. But anyways, a little extended here in the short term. If you own it and it pulls back, I wouldn't be worried. If you're looking to buy it, no way I would suggest now is a time to buy it there. Yep. Oh, yeah. Louis ran into a wall. No, that's the dough cart. That's the little guy. The little electric, the dough cart that we have here. That doesn't need a license plate. Uber, yeah, oh yeah. What do you want? Like Uber, you buy a stock like that, they're struggling to make money. Like how much bigger they need to be to make some money. But you could have said the same about Tesla, I guess. That's probably fair. General Mills and Kellogg's, yes, both of those pulling back. Yep, very much so. You got a failed breakout there. So you look at something like this and you think this is a chart pattern that would normally be successful, was not. So what happened there? You got a downtrend. Everybody's saying, all right, well, I'll buy it either on the way down or I'll as it falls off, or I'll buy it when it finally breaks the downtrend, starts moving higher. Well, it did. Volume was higher. You can see everybody in here buying, right? No, and you can't blame them, but was unsuccessful. So nothing able to get done there. UWMC, you bought it. Okay. Yikes. What are we hoping for? So first thing is the volume. You got some volume here recently, but this is a stock that normally doesn't do anything. Got a whole lot of nothing going on here. 200,000 shares a day. That's not good. I would say if you get a bounce out of that, take your money faster than you would on anything else. You got 100 shares there. I don't know. That one would be a little worrisome there. Yeah. Thoughts on XONE? Wow, it's been some time on that one. Yeah, good job on this stock. So this is another one here. It's just, I would have been out a long time ago, to be honest. If I would have owned this stock and you would have asked me, how do I, let's say it was like right here, right? You just showed me that. I'd have said, what are you waiting for? Take some profit. So that would have been, shame on me sort of thing, because obviously it doubled in price since then. It's at $60. I would keep the same comment. If you own it, how much more do you want, right? Sell, 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 sell as you get these big moves, especially with all that volume. You can tell people are taking their profits there. What sectors you recommend putting new money to work right now? I think you wait for and look at pullbacks in energy, look at pullbacks in financials. The current pullback in consumer staples, I like that one, although that hasn't gotten started yet. So I'm not claiming 100% batting average there. Is that how you say it? No? Is it good enough for me? All right. I like it. I love it. Well, I think we got it done there pretty good, right? I'm going to get ready for the class here tonight before I say something silly. And yeah, well, maybe we'll see you later if you're one of our customers. If not, I hope this helped you in some way. Maybe hit the subscribe button. We are so close to hitting 100,000 subscribers, and maybe that means something to people, but I don't know. Let's shoot for it, right? We're here. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you. Well, look, all right, so we're not going to be here tomorrow, but the market's closed on Monday, right? So